where I've accidentally turned the aperture ring instead of the focus ring. So I would suggest setting a follow focus on this and just leaving it that way. The markings on it, so the aperture markings are in t-stops, and the focus has not only meters but also has feet on it, which is convenient. So if you're in the United States like myself, we use feet, but most people will use meters. This lens is heavy, it's sharp and fast. One thing that I did do is I added an ND filter onto it, simply because I do a lot of outside shooting. I don't know quite how that will affect the image. I will typically stick a UV filter on it just to protect the front. A lot of debate on UV filters, and this is a 82mm front ring on it, so all of my standard 77s don't fit, so I got a special 82 for this one. It's got that standard like anamorphic box look. The coating on the front element is that blue coating that all the Sirui lenses have. It's all metal, so it's a really sturdy and heavy lens. And again, like I said, it's about over 2 pounds. There is a lens mount on the bottom of the lens. So if you are using a lighter camera and you want to mount directly to the mount here, you could do that. Now, one thing that I've been doing is when I have this on my camera, I actually use a lens support, which just holds up the front. As far as the rear mounts, this one is an R mount. It comes in a number of different mounts. So I chose the R mount simply because I have Canon R cameras. The mount fit is snug. It's not as snug as some of the Sirui anamorphics I have, but it does fit on there well. It doesn't have much play. Now, on some of my other Sirui anamorphics, I have had problems with mounting them on and either having them not mount 100% right and have to reset it. This one, haven't had any problems yet. It's been pretty good. The all black finish is in line with their cinema versions of their camera lenses, such as the Mars set. It's nice black labeling with white and the nice blue ring that the other Sirui lenses have. There are a couple things that I'm not a terribly big fan of with this lens, so let's get into that now. So with this lens, there's a minimal focus distance of, I think, a little over 2 feet. It doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're actually using the camera or using the lens on your camera and you're trying to film something close up, it becomes noticeable the distance that you have to set back in order to get things in focus. You can fix this with a diopter. I don't know how a diopter would affect the overall image coming out of it, but that is one option. It shouldn't affect it, but the minimal focus distance is it's 2.5 feet, so it's a little annoying because when you set up to take a shot and you realize that you're not far enough back, and then you have to reframe everything, and that's something that other reviewers have said about this lens. The other thing that's sort of a struggle with this lens is it's a 1.6. Now, the 1.3 is something that's natively supported in DaVinci and other areas or other NLEs, and 1.3 is also supported natively in cameras, on monitors and so forth. So this one being 1.6, it's a little bit different than most. I do de-squeeze this natively in DaVinci using 1.5, and then I adjust the height just to see if it's in need of either if a face is looking too wide or too narrow, or a scene in general, just adjusting it. Now, I have tried to go to, I've used my anamorphic calculator and done it that way, but the footage doesn't come out looking as natural that way. I actually like it a little bit on the 1.5 side. That might just be personal preference and how I like how narrow or wide the shot to be. I hope that DaVinci will add this into their native de-squeeze options, just to make it easier and quicker to get the footage in. The other thing that's sort of tricky to work with this lens on is the fact that my monitors don't have native D-squeeze. I've always had D-squeeze in camera, so monitoring it has become a little tricky, the footage that is, and so I did go out and get a monitor, a budget monitor, and that's probably going to come later on in the week, so I'll go ahead and post a review of that. I did look into getting the one monitor, and I think it's an Andy Cine monitor that DSLR Shooter on that channel, Caleb, had reviewed as the best budget monitor. Now, with him putting that out there, everybody ran out and bought every monitor that was available on Earth. So I didn't have that option, and with the holidays coming up, what I really wanted to do is be able to use this lens and be able to monitor in an effective manner. So I went out and I got another version. I think it's a Field World monitor, and it had a 1.5 D-squeeze. Now, 1.5 D-squeeze would be fine. Like I said, when I de-squeeze it in DaVinci Resolve, it looks natural, it looks nice. So I think monitoring at 1.5 would be good enough. If your camera doesn't support native D-squeeze inside, that's always an option. Now, hopefully Canon will pick up the slack and go ahead and add a D-squeeze option to their cameras, simply because these budget anamorphic options are becoming more, standard and regular. So, and since, lenses like this, and I know Sirui is going to add in a couple more focal distances, or probably at 35 or 25 and an 85 or a 75 to this set. I think it's going to become very standard that there needs to be D-squeeze options in the Canon cameras. All right, so if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button and feel free to subscribe. I'll be posting more videos on a more regular basis now that some of the things that have been keeping me busy in the last few have subsided a bit. I know with the holidays things get trickier to go ahead and get content out there. There might be a gap at the end of the year simply because I'll be enjoying family time with at the holidays, and doing a little bit of traveling. So hopefully I'll be able to get some more content then and be able to share it with you. So cat says hi, that cat says hi, and we're doing good. So hopefully everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving, and everywhere else in the world, have a great day.